Hi, this is Vijay. So today we'll talk about the Cisco-Viptela SD-WAN solution overview. I will talk about some of the pros, cons, as well as the what we are getting new in the Cisco SD-WAN product here. So first, let's start with the what we are getting new in the Cisco SD-WAN product here. Okay, so intent-based networking for the SD-WAN solution we are getting here. So this is the life cycle which new life cycle which Cisco introduced in the market to provide a better customer experience and provide the end-to-end totally automated WAN network for the customer. So this product actually provide you the end-to-end flexibility of your network deployment operation as well as for the day one of day and day two kind of work here. And also we are getting also various kind of network services which we can use within the SD-WAN solution here. And also we are getting the analytic as well as the insurance feature in the SD-WAN solution here, where you have the live packet visibility in your network here, which is in the legacy network. If you want to achieve this nowadays, you have to go with the multiple solution. Either you can integrate third party applications or monitoring tools like that, right? So in this SD-WAN solution, we have the better analytic as well as a monitoring option for data center, whether you are using the public cloud or SaaS network as well as for the internet traffic here. Okay, so this is the another feature we are getting on premises or cloud managed option for the controllers here for the WAN. So this SD-WAN Cisco SD-WAN feature basically we are getting here to you can deploy either in the on-premises data center or you can deploy anywhere in the cloud here. So it has a support for the multi-cloud environment, and we are independent transport independency here. So we do not have any kind of restriction, like you can use private network, you can use any MPLS core, or you can use private or public any network for the transportation. Okay, and also we are getting the secure connection for any user to any application with the best experiences for the application level. Okay, and what exactly legacy network it has now and what we are getting in the SD-WAN solution here. Okay, so SD-WAN, this is the digital transformation of the SD-WAN solution here, which Cisco introduced in the market. So SD-WAN is not very much hardware centric, it's a software driven. Okay, so in the legacy network we have hardware centric environment, but in WAN solution, we have software-driven environment. So we do not have any kind of manual option in the SD-WAN. We are totally eliminating the manual option, like such as configuring the policy, upgrading the fabric. So all these things we can run through the automation here using the SD-WAN solution, unlike the legacy network. And also we have the programmability in your network here. So this is the something which always day two or day one, any customer look for that to make sure that if they have more than 1,000 devices or 2,000 devices, so they can achieve all the configuration, all the things using the API concept here. So this is the something is Cisco SD-WAN does support here. And also we have the predictive environment for the SD-WAN. So if it can predict your network in terms of the your operation perspective, in terms of the any kind of mismanagement if anything happen in your production environment, unlike the uh, legacy network. In the legacy network, anytime issue can come, you have to react it right accordingly. But in the SD-WAN solution, prior to even the SD-WAN prior to even issue, you can get the notification from the SD-WAN controller. Okay, this is something is very unhealthy. You have to take action. This is something predictable, predicting the SD-WAN solution, as well as we are getting the business intent. Okay, so we have agility for the network here, and we have the option to host our SD-WAN solution in cloud on premises, and we have the automation and scale like speed and flexibility, zero touch policy driven. You do not need to worry about that, as well as you are saving the OpEx for your network here production. So you are also getting the security and compliances like segmentation, threat mitigation, and you have the major components here, insurance and analytic here, which pretty much solve the major of the operation problem nowadays. And what all the Cisco SD-WAN product looks like, okay? So it has components. Cisco SD-WAN has a few components here. So it has management plane, control plane, data plane, as well as orchestration plane here. So management plane again is we call it the vManager here. So it's a single plane of glass for day one, day zero, or day two operation here. And also it does support multi-tenant or a single tenant option here. It can provide the centralized provisioning option, just like Cisco ACI EPIC a controller, you can say that. And it also provides centralized provisioning and troubleshooting monitoring option. It has a rollback and the API option here. So this is, I would say that a kind of a management brain for network. And if anything you want to configure it, you have to go through the view manager. View manager is the first option. Then we'll come with the orchestration plane here. Orchestration plane is the first point of authentication. If any device want to kind of join in your SD-WAN fabric, that particular device should authenticate with the orchestrator. So that orchestrator we call it the vBond here. So vBond is nothing, just authenticator server in the within the SD-WAN fabric here. Okay, and also distribute the list all the based on what it does authentication, based on the serial number and the uh, parameters. We want authenticate your vManager, vSmart, and the kind of VHS devices here. So let's talk about the control plane here. What control plane we are getting here? So control plane perspective, we call it here vSmart controller here. So vSmart controller is just nothing. It act as a route respector in your within your fabric here. Okay, so it has all the kind of control plane traffic support for all the reach, whether it's for the branch router, whether it's for the headquarter, DC or BR, as well as for the all the branches. Okay, so it also distribute a data plane policy and also implement the control plane policy on these V smart devices. So V smart devices is kind of carry the data plane policy and as well as the control plane policy for your fabric here. So what is the data plane we are getting here? So data plane we have option. We can go with the physical and virtual V H devices here. So in the virtual devices, you just need to deploy the one VM. Either you can deploy in your on-premises environment, or you can go with the multi-cloud environment here. So and also it has a capability for zero touch provisioning here. So just kind of plug and play option you have within the fabric. You do not need to worry about the configuration and all the things here. You just need to bring the device and plug in and introduce that particular device within the fabric. So all the fabric, all the information about the configuration and all the things will be taken care of from the vManager, vBond, vSmart here. Okay, and also it provide the secure fabric connection between the site to site. It has a IPsec tunnel by default here. So if one VH want to communicate with another VH in different branch or within branch, it will communicate using the IPsec tunneling here. And also implement the data plane policy, so you can always have flexibility to implement data plane policy for the unit your VH devices, CS devices here. Okay, and also export the performance statistics, so which is the pretty much cool feature again. Okay, in the next section we have here some network as a services, what SD-WAN offering here. So these are the some controllers here. So suppose you have the vManager, vBond, and vSmart controller. You can deploy in the cloud or somewhere in on-premises, including the VAnalytics here. Analytic is just one of the component for the monitoring of your SD-WAN fabric here. So this is how the architecture looks like here. So you have this is the suppose is your endpoint edge devices here. You can have the either broadband you can use public network, you can use private or VPN, anything you can use that. And you have flexibility to you can deploy one branch somewhere else, one branch somewhere else. This is the multi-cloud scenario here. And also these are some transport flexibility. So it's kind of you are getting the lot of flexibility for the WAN as per your on demand and as per the requirement of the rapidly growing the WAN demand for from the customer side here. And what are the platform we have which just support the SD-WAN solution here? So these are some Cisco ISR router, ISR 1000, 4000, ASR 1000. So these are some physical WAN, physical edge devices which just support which we can use as Cisco SD-WAN edge devices here. So these are some virtual edge devices here which you can download from cisco.com here. Okay, so these are the some ISR vCloud route which you can deploy virtually in the virtual environment, and even SD-WAN solution does support for the Amazon and the Azure public and private cloud using the VH Cloud network CSR 1000. From the 2018 onwards, it does support here. So these are some use cases which we are getting here. Okay, use cases here we are getting which pretty much cool here. We are getting critical application SLA kind of we are tracking we have something a feature we call it the app aware routing policy here, where we have dynamically we select the path based on the utilization, based on the packet drop, based on the jitter. We can set the policy based on that. Your SD-WAN fab will act, and without even downtime, your application will be dynamically moved between the transport node in order to avoid any kind of a production impact, or you can say it has a support kind of zero touch, zero downtime. And also we are getting the bandwidth argument of another feature here. Okay, based on the T-log, we can specify the traffic engineering policy. We are getting the secure segmentation. We have the option to configure multiple VPN in the edge fabric and assign the sub interfaces or interfaces for those particular VMs here. And also we are getting the regional secure prep, yeah, perimeter here, like app routing, and just like we can say that it has support for the L4 and 7 devices here. So it's kind of service chaining. If you know the Cisco ACI, it has something called as PBR concept here. Similar kind of service chaining you have in the you have the same feature in the SD-WAN environment here. So suppose two ones want to communicate and you want to send those traffic using this particular firewall always. So you can enable that kind of service chaining within the SD-WAN solution here. And you have the guest Wi-Fi policy, data policy option here, which you can apply for the DIA, direct internet access here. Okay, within the site here. And also we have something DIA and DCA here. Okay, which we configure the DNS server in the service side VPN and activate the DPI, dynamic packet inspection here. So this is something kind of a Cisco umbrella concept we have. We can inspect all the packet based on the URL and DNS name. Okay. And we are getting here operation simplicity visibility here. We have the vManager, which has single pane of glass operation, where we are getting zero touch provisioning option. And this is something a dashboard we have here, where you can check the each and every individual health check for all the devices, control plane, data plane, and management plane of the devices. Okay, so all the things you are getting here, like if you want to check the health check of the transport interface, you can always have the option from the dashboard, centralized dashboard of the vManager here. Okay, if you want to check the health check of the vManager, CManager, you can do it from here. And VAnalytics again is a rich analytic where you have the offline and online kind of packet inspection for your network here.
So if you want to track the each and every application based packet and you want to get the live application information tracking, kind of you have the option to install the integrate the VAnalytics with the vManager. So from vManager, VAnalytics will sync with each other and it provide you the live traffic information for the network here. And we are also getting the end-to-end segmentation with the multi-topology here. Okay, so we have something option, we call it the routing table, as well as the some segmentation is again is we can consider as a L3, we call it a VRF, or in the SD-WAN we call it the segmentation is equivalent to one VPN here, service VPN here. Okay, so this is a segmentation connectivity across the fabric, reliance on the underlay transport. So underlay transport is nothing, it's your transport network here, which provide you the like private network and public network using the MPLS or net or broadband connection here. Okay. And these are the some topology which is SD-WAN does support full mesh and hub and spoke topology, partial mesh and point-to-point connectivity here. So these are the some use case topology which you can deploy in the network here using the SD-WAN. So this is the service-based traffic engineering. Again, this will be the L4 and 7 service trafficking. So if you want to redirect your traffic using the any firewall, so there is no restriction. You cannot use this particular vendor firewall. It has a kind of a open source interfaces for all the firewall. Any vendor firewall you can use that for redirection. So this is how the packet flow work here. Okay. So if we'll go to here, it will check all the service insertion into the overlay topology, security, policy enforcement, data center WAN bandwidth is not wasted. So this is kind of these are a few feature, a few advantages we are getting for the network here. Secure segment again using the Cisco umbrella. Again, this is the use again, this is a very good use case for the network here. So we have IPsec tunneling on the edge devices where we can install the kind of Cisco umbrella to get the end-to-end segmentation here. End-to-end segmentation like local internet breakout and secure cloud gateway. So these are the few smart features which we can get to using the VH devices. An application recognition, again, this is the deep packet inspection engine, DPI. You have option in SD-WAN. In order to get the DPI, you have to go with the advanced license here. So these are some primary use cases: application visibility, application firewalls, traffic prioritization, and traffic selection. So these are some kind of feature. These are some kind of traffic orders you can get from using the DPI. So what application you want to check? You want to check firewall rules. You want to check the which traffic is prioritizing most here, which transport interface is selecting based on their policy. So from the DPI, you can check these all the information here. Again, application quality of the experience. So we have something QS here, QS based policy we can apply on the SD-WAN side here. So QS is again by default we have the Q1, Q0, Q1, Q2, Q3, Q4, Q5, till Q7 here. So based on your requirement, you can modify that. You can configure the marking, you can configure the conforming rates and all the token. You can configure the bucket, you can configure the queuing, you can configure the data policy, and you can modify or rewrite the rule using the DSCP for the egress and ingress interface. Okay. Again, for the DPI and SLA routing, and also this is the major part, SLA routing here. SLA routing again, just for the breakout of your transport network. If any primary goes down, it will automatically switch your network to secondary here. And this is centralized policy framework here. So this is the vManager. From the vManager, we can configure these. These are the options which are getting here. If we want to configure anything for the VH devices, B smart devices, whether it's a control policy, application aware policy, or data policy, all the configuration of these components will be done from the vManager here. Okay, so vManager is the first point of contract. You can say that. Okay, and after vManager, policy will push to the vSmart. vSmart will push the policy to VH devices here. Okay, a single plane of glass here. Again, you have option here. So intuitive GUI driven operation like management, monitoring, and troubleshooting. These are the options you are getting here. Cloud delivery, you are getting the private host or manage it, and you have options single and multi-tenancy here, and you have the role-based access here for the network for the your SD-WAN controllers here, and the cluster for scale high availability. So vManager can be in the cluster, and the vSmart can be in the cluster. Even the V1 can be in the cluster for the high availability. And it has various REST API support here, and you can kind of use any open standard such as Postman, or you can use Ansible, XML, JSON, any programming language you can use to configure this vManager. So vManager does support netconf here, which is a separate protocol to to push your configuration from the vManager to vSmart to VH devices. So vManager use the netconf protocol. Okay, so it, and also you are getting from the dashboard, you are getting the syslog and the SNMP. Even you can export the flow of the your existing operational dashboard here. Okay, and yeah, this is what. All about the SD-WAN here. This is just the overview of the SD-WAN. We'll see you in the next video section here. For the median labor, I will explore more about the SD-WAN solution.